Boy, you know what it is. Step back, the kid, Mikey, in the flesh, and we going deep, in depth, on the west side, the 12th seed. I gotta talk about them because they're trying to make a little climb. Yeah, it's just one game, but I want to talk about your boys in Sackland, man. De'Aaron Fox, man, the Fox, man. One of the top point guards in the league. You know, he's really putting up numbers, man. Let's just go stat line. Forget that, man. I'm gonna change it up. We got minutes, man. Stat line on this kid, 25 points per freaking game. Huh? How about 3-point percentage is at 32%. He can really work himself there, and 71% from the field. But when it comes to the plethora of speed and offensive capabilities, De'Aaron Fox is one of the tops. But obviously, why he's not on the upper echelon, De'Aaron, you can't shoot the three, my man. You got to get that up into the 36th percentile. That said, they made some moves. They added a few pieces, and I want to talk about these low-level moves that no one's talking about on a couple players that they were able to attain, all right? They let Mr. Parker go. I talked about him being on the market. I believe Glenn Robinson is also on the market. They kept Mo Harkless, right? Let's just go ahead to the depth chart, right, real quick. Let me show you something. So, I hate the moves of losing Jabari Parker. They weren't utilizing him. I hate the moves in losing Glenn Robinson. However, what they did get back is a guy by the name of Terrence Davis, who's playing the backup small forward position for Harrison Barnes. He's an extremely athletic player, was not really getting the necessary burn that he needed on the Toronto Raptors. He gets the opportunity now to do something special for the Sacramento Kings, and guess what? He's taking advantage of the opportunity, all right? He's doing his thing right now. I'm seeing it in a couple games. It's making me wonder what they may have, especially if Barnes starts to slow down. He's older, and they have to move into a new small forward into the role. I'm not saying Davis is a starter, but certainly he gives me a poor man's Ricky Davis vibe. I know he's a Davis at the end, but anyone remember him? He gives me a poor man's Ricky Davis. I really like what I see out of him. Just would have wished they would have kept Glenn or Robin or what's his name, Jabari Parker. Now, Mo Harkless is a defensive animal. Bagley is still out with injury. When Bagley comes back and Mo plays that forward position as a backup, I think they're pretty solid there. I like what I'm seeing from this team from that perspective. I think they got all the leaps they need at the center position. All of them looking good. Holmes, Whiteside, Jones, Metu, Silva. They are loaded at that center position. They got 5 guys in the slot. I mean, seriously. So somebody's going to have to go next year, but they are loaded at the center position. And I think that's something special for them to utilize because all these guys can rebound and block shots. These are all defensive-minded centers and could be one of the more scary defensive-minded center groups in the NBA. Now, this is where they hurt a little bit and where I think Terrence Davis helps out. We got what's his name? Buddy Hield. You got Tyrese Halliburton, supposed to be Rookie of the Year. I warned you guys. I wasn't too sure on him, but he's done well. He's done better than I expected. Halliburton backs up De'Aaron Fox. I know they got right there, but I think Halliburton's the guy. Now, Buddy Hield, can Terrence Davis also make some waves in that position? That's the other position that I'm questioning. Can they get another guy? For me, the Sacramento Kings team is starting to climb back up. All right, even though they got less talent from losing Parker and losing Mr. What's his name, Parker, and then losing the other kid. I forgot. I'm losing the name, so I'm gonna keep going. They lost 2 players, Glenn Robinson. I mean, I still think there's an opportunity for them to try to climb up the ranks with a nice draft pick. If I'm going into the draft for Sac Kings, I'm looking at a shooting guard. I think Buddy Hield is better suited off the bench. All right. Now, if they're not able to get a high-strung, surefire shooting guard, you know who I'm talking about from the G League Ignite. You know who I'm talking about. He's gonna be a top 3 pick. My next guy up, I'm gonna go again on all these teams that's a Kuminga fit. I think this is a perfect Kuminga fit and catapults them into a playoff spot. They could also add some size in the second round. I think Sac Kings are in a good position, but I just wanted to go over the play of De'Aaron Fox. I guess it's meaningless with them in the 12th spot. and them being the West, is there a chance for them to come back? It's all about health, right? Health has been the biggest storyline of this NBA. People just keep getting freaking hurt. It's painful. I mean, it's just what it is right now. You know, people are getting injured. And that's what I told you way back in my earlier videos. It's not about the most talented team. It's a team that's still walking. So as we Mad Max our way through this NBA, I go over to Sac Kings, who still have an opportunity to make the playoffs, who still are pushing. They got a little bit more talent from an offensive, aggressive perspective. Can Bagley come back? They got a nice group of centers. Can they beat out New Orleans, and can they get San Antonio? That's the biggest question mark. It is tight. I don't know who's going to make it out of this West Side. And I think Oklahoma City is another team to talk about. I'm going to go over their super towers because they look freaking nuts if you look at their squad. But I'm going to go over that at a later time. For now, I'm going to sign off. Mikey B, Step Back Kids. We out of here. Peace.